one of the latter decades of the Cold War, the B-1B Lancer was originally designed as a strategic nuclear bomber with a mission to fly at low altitude in order to avoid Soviet early warning radars. With the end of the Cold War, the B-1B Lancer has been adapted to carry conventional munitions and has been used extensively in close air support and tactical bombing missions. Carrying the largest payload of both guided and unguided weapons in the Air Force inventory, the multi-mission B-1 is the backbone of America's long-range bomber force. It can rapidly deliver massive quantities of precision and non-precision weapons anywhere in the world. The B-1A was initially developed in the 1970s as a replacement for the B-52. 4 prototypes of this long-range, high-speed strategic bomber were developed and tested in the mid-1970s. In 1999, during Operation Allied Force, 6 B-1s flew 2% of the strike missions, yet dropped 20% of the ordnance, and during Operation Enduring Freedom, the B-1 flew on 2% of the sorties, while dropping over 40% of the precision weapons. The B-1 has been nearly continuously deployed in combat operations over Afghanistan and Iraq since 2001. The B-1 Lancer can fly at a maximum speed of 900 miles per hour, 1,448 kilometers per hour. Its service ceiling is 30,000 feet, or 9,144 meters. The aircraft weighs around 190,000 pounds, which is 86,182 kilograms, and its maximum takeoff weight is 447,000 pounds, which is 216,363 kilograms. The low radar cross-section, variable geometry wings, modern avionics, and afterburning engines enable the B-1 to carry the largest payload strike and offers long-range, maneuverability, high speed, and survivability. The Air Force is on the verge of turning the B-1 bomber into a flying arsenal, busting enemy ships and land targets with dozens of anti-ship and land attack missiles. The aircraft could soon carry as many as 36 cruise missiles, granting it a level of firepower approaching that of an aircraft carrier. The missiles carried by each bomber would make it a formidable threat, and the most dangerous version of the B-1 yet. The Air Force is working to increase the number of long-range anti-ship missiles, LRASM, and Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missiles, JASM, a B-1 Lancer bomber can carry. Having mastered the ability to load the bomber internally with up to 24 missiles, the service is now developing the means to externally carry an additional 12 missiles for a total of 36. The JASM and LRASM missiles are cousins. JASM was developed in the 2000s as a stealthy, subsonic cruise missile. JASM typically uses GPS to fly to a midpoint, then uses an imaging infrared seeker and pattern recognition system to identify the target. Once identified, JASM bores in for the kill, exploding its 1,000-pound high-explosive warhead. The warhead can be programmed to airburst the target, showering the ground below with shrapnel, or dive into the target and penetrate hardened targets such as bunkers or other protective defenses. LRASM was designed as a replacement for the aging Harpoon anti-ship missile. LRASM was developed from the extended-range version of JASM, JASM-ER. From the outside, the two appear very similar, but LRASM incorporates satellite data link targeting, the ability to detect and then fly around enemy air defenses, and ship target recognition to ensure it homes in on the correct target. The push to load the B-1 with as many missiles as possible goes back to the Arsenal plane concept, an idea from the late 2010s that sought to stuff a large aircraft to the gills with missiles. This would help leverage the U.S. military's large number of aircraft in wartime, even transport aircraft, to deliver as many missiles as possible. One outgrowth of the Arsenal plane concept was Rapid Dragon, a palletized missile delivery system. But it also prodded the Air Force into making the most out of existing planes. Cut loose from the nuclear mission, the bomber has languished. even used as a fast, if very expensive, close air support aircraft in Afghanistan. The average age of a B-1 bomber is 34 and a half years, and the entire fleet is set to be retired in the early 2030s as the B-21 Raider starts entering service. But lacking the ability to carry weapons externally, the Raider won't be able to deliver as many missiles as the B-1 can. While the B-21 is difficult to maintain as the aircraft ages, the ability to load up a small number of bombers with a huge number of missiles means just 10 bombers could carry up to 360 missiles into battle. During the Cold War, the B-52 bomber could carry up to 12 Harpoon missiles in the anti-ship role. An Fa-18EF Super Hornet can carry as many as 2 LRASMs, and the P-8 Poseidon's maritime control aircraft might be able to carry as many as 6 LRASMs. The B-1 LRASM combo promises an unprecedented amount of anti-ship firepower. The Navy worried constantly about the threat from Soviet Tu-22 backfire bombers during the Cold War, because each could carry a pair of AS-4 Kitchen anti-ship missiles. In a conventional war, a U.S. carrier battle group could face scores of AS-4 missiles launched by dozens of bombers. The U.S. Navy was so concerned about the threat, it developed the Aegis combat system, including the Spy-1 phased array radar to defend against mass missile attacks, and the F-14 Tomcat air superiority fighter armed with the AIM-54 Phoenix long-range missile. Now, 50 years later, the Chinese Navy faces an even greater threat. As few as 5 B-1 bombers could launch as many as 180 LRASM missiles at a Chinese carrier task force. In a scenario pitting 5 such bombers against 1 Fujian-type aircraft carrier, 4 Type 055 and 052D destroyer escorts, and a Type 054A frigate, it's likely all 6 would quickly become scrap on the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Even if the Chinese fleet managed to shoot down 95% of the missiles, for the sake of our argument, 30% is generous, 9 would get through, visually hone in on the carrier, and turn it into a flaming wreck. If the Air Force is successful in plastering the outside of the B-1 bombers with missiles, it could, for a brief moment, have one of the most powerful non-nuclear weapon system combinations in history. Just 5 aircraft with a total crew of 15 could quite conceivably sink 6 warships with a total crew of over 3,000. That's a ratio hard to achieve without the use of nuclear weapons. If the Air Force can achieve it, mismatches like this could help avoid a war and stop it before it starts. What are your thoughts on the B-1 bomber? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to Military World to get our latest videos straight to your